the walk around of Stoffel Travel, our Samil 20 4x4 overland truck. So Stoffel is a 1982 Magirus Deutz or Samil 20 ex-SANDF that was converted into an overland truck. So Stoffel has got a 5.7 liter straight 6 turbo diesel engine, portal axles, front, middle and rear diff lock, and it uses a 5-speed ZF transmission. So we're going to look at some of the features of the vehicle in more detail. So Stoffel's portal axles gives a ground clearance of more than 400 millimeters. There's ample brush protection in the front, and of course 2 recovery straps plus a tow point in front. The brush guard is removable or hinged at the front to give access to the oil check, part of the daily checks before you depart on a journey. This is where we check the engine oil every morning. Stoffel has a full tilt cab. Cab hydraulics is on the driver's side. On this side there's a side mounted ladder to give access to the box on top. We normally use that for firewood and also for game viewing. It's a very nice seating area. Then we go to the left hand side. So behind the gas bottle is an additional storage bin where we put oils. And this is the gas bottle, permanently connected. The 220 volt main plug, 16 amp plug, is mounted on the left hand side above the gas bottle. The door is locked in the open position. There's also an additional ladder that gives easier access to the side of the vehicle or to the rear platform, so this ladder is removable. Behind the dual brake circuit there's a house battery isolation switch, so that disconnects the house batteries from the main batteries when the vehicle is stationary. When the vehicle is driving, the house batteries are being charged with a DC to DC charger from the main batteries. There's also an air takeoff for tire inflation. On this side there's the isolator switch for the batteries to disconnect the vehicle batteries completely from the chassis. So now we get to the water tank. The water tank is mounted directly onto the rear axle for good weight distribution. Our water tank is about 320 liters. It's equipped with a new removable bladder that makes maintenance quite easy. Then we have a simple filling system with 2 taps. The one tap will fill the tank directly, and if we close that one and open the other one, we can run the water system of the house directly from a hose from the inside, and we'll show you the pump system on the inside. We also have an external pressurized tap to fill things like kettles on the outside of the vehicle, and also wash your hands then. We have space for 2 jerry cans on this side. Currently we use that just to carry our jacking block. Then at the rear of the vehicle we have a 2-plate gas burner that is mounted in a sealed compartment. There's some storage above, and the air shields are removable as well. So above that is one of our big external storage bins. So this bin is equipped with an internal light and 2 20 volt plugs. We use this bin to store all our camping chairs and our camping table. Then to the rear of the vehicle. So Stoffel can carry 2 full-size spare wheels. We only use one at the moment, and we have an a mechanical winch to easily offload and load the spare wheel. The spare wheel is covered with a cover for UV protection. So at the rear of the vehicle we have our toolbox. So this is a very sturdy box where all the tools are stored, plus jack and other equipment. There's an external light, 220 and 12 volt light that can be switched on next to the door. That's easy access when you get to the vehicle at night. So we have two awnings on this vehicle. This one is the quick pitch daily awning. It takes about 2 minutes to set up. We also have a new tent that is fitted above the awning for longer stays. You can see the rail mounted on the side of the vehicle. So this is very convenient for a quick lunch break when you don't want to stand in the rain or the sun. Right rear of the vehicle we have another big storage box. So this is for our tents and ground cover. It's also our braai and our electrical extension leads. We have another light on this side for the right rear of the vehicle, so especially at night, access around the vehicle and into the bin is good. On this side we can carry another 5 jerry cans, normally for diesel or water. So these compartments are lockable but empty at the moment. So next to the bin is the access door for the internal cassette toilet, so that's easily removable and cleaned and dumped using this door. So Stoffel is equipped with a second double bed. This bed folds out to the side of the vehicle. It's currently protected with a rain shield to make sure that the tent stays dry. The main diesel tank on the side of the vehicle is about 350 liters. That gives a range of probably around 1,000 kilometers depending on the type of road traveled. Then next to that is the air intake and air filter. So that's raised quite high, so that gives probably a wading depth of about 1.5 meters if you're brave enough to attempt that. This is the driver's side door. Of course the vehicle is right-hand drive. Passenger and driver seat is air suspended and fully adjustable, which makes a very comfortable ride. The 5-speed manual gearbox is shown together with the diff locks, and the high and low range switch will operate automatically. So the vehicle is also equipped with an exhaust brake that makes it very drivable downhill and in mountain passes to keep the service brakes cool. There's a hand throttle on the right hand side. It's very useful in the mornings for startup and even when you do rough road driving to keep the throttle constant in low range. View from the inside of the cab to the left is the air conditioning system. It's fully adjustable, 2-speed swivel fan. All the gauges are shown: diesel level, coolant level, engine pressure, air pressure, ref count and speedometer. The 2 chassis batteries are monitored by a battery monitor gauge from National Lunar. And then we have lots of storage in the front of the vehicle. There's also a lockable compartment where valuables can be stored. So the access ladder to Stoffel is stored inside the vehicle, so that's a good safety precaution. So when the ladder is inside and the door is locked, there's literally no access to the inside of the vehicle. So when we enter the vehicle, we'll just show quickly what it looks like. So So there's a access hatch between the cab and the rear body. This hatch is lockable from the inside with a special key, so that makes the vehicle safe for shipping, and also when overnighting, the rear can be sealed from the front. There's a large bin in the front, so we use this bin for recovery equipment and spare parts. It's also a bench that can be used as a seat. Some cupboards to the passenger side of the vehicle. These are easily accessible from the door. The electrical panel is on the driver's side of the vehicle. We have a 100 amp hour deep cycle battery in this compartment. It's charged from the vehicle batteries using a 25 amp DC to DC charger, and we run all the electrics of the house from this. There's a USB charging points that runs off the battery, and there's also a 220 volt battery charger that runs from the mains. It's possible to fit a 200 amp hour battery on this side, and there's also wiring in place to run or install a second 220 amp battery on the passenger side of the vehicle. So there's another cupboard on the passenger side for pots and pans and a small gas stove. And then on the driver's side as well as the access to the outside tent. So this tent easily sleeps 2 people. It's made from heavy canvas. The mattress is integrated into the base of the tent, and there are windows on all 3 sides. There's also a built-in light on the right hand side for the use of the tent. So then further down on the driver's side we have multiple cupboards and also space for an 80 liter freezer that runs on 220 volt and 12 volt. Then there's a cassette toilet compartment with some cupboards up top. It's got its own light. So in the rear of the vehicle there's a sleeping area. That's a large double bed, 2 meters long. This bed also converts to a table and seats 4 people. There's a bin to the driver's side and also a 12 volt television. Then on the passenger side we have a Engel 12 volt 220 volt fridge with a small freezer compartment. And below the fridge is the area where all the electrics and the pump is stored. So we have a wash basin next to the door with running water from the bladder tank outside, also a water purifier, and there's a 4-burner gas stove that is connected to the gas bottle on the outside of the vehicle. Some drawers for cutlery. There's also a hatch for the waste bin below the zinc. So below the large drawer is the water pump, the 12 volt pump. There's also space for a 220 volt 12 volt geyser, but that's not fitted in this vehicle at the moment. There's a large compartment below the table for storage of food. And then we have 2 additional work areas, one next to the sink and then also one next to the external tent. The roof hatch is fully openable, and it's also protected with a bug screen. And this is the fuse panel, so the lights and the pump can be switched on and off from this panel. If you have any questions on the vehicle or the equipment, please post them in the comments below. And we'll see you on the next adventure.